Okay, so as you can see, we crossed the Minehole Brook back there, and we've been following the white blaze trails up to this bend where it keeps on going back up round. It'll take us up top, but to get to the falls, they're actually not on the Minehole Brook. They're actually tucked kind of approximately southeast in that direction in a neighbouring gully. And this is the point where we digress from this trail and look for this tree that's got the two white blazes on it, and through there is a semblance of a small trail. Doesn't go very far, but what it's going to do is it's going to take us back over the Minehole Brook, and from in on there, you're on your own. Right, so a few yards along that trail that we took on the double white blazed tree, a few yards bring us back to the Minehole Brook, which continues its way on up there, and there's the view downstream. So what we do is we just hop, skip and a jump, we ford the stream, and then that's where it begins. Now this is an unmarked trail, there are no blazes, so you just basically got to start heading up. And what's basically happening is, and this is why it's a bit confusing and a bit misleading, the Minehole Brook is the only thing that's featured on any topo maps, represented obviously by a little thin blue line. But what's happening is that basically the terrain is undulating up and over, up and over. And what's happening is that the brook that the Minehole falls are on is up that way, approximately 150 degrees southeast. And what we're going to do is we're going to climb up and then drop down into the neighbouring gully where we'll pick up the brook, and then we'll head up into where the falls are. And on this adventure, what I'm going to do, I'm going to make life a little bit easier for myself actually, because there is quite some steep climbing here, is I'm actually going to drop down into that brook, because this time of year it's very slightly different topography from this brook. It's actually huge swathes of flat sheetrock that basically go all the way up to the falls, and at this time of year it's going to be all encased in ice. So I've got my ice crampons with me, and it's actually, believe it or not, going to be the easier route because it's more gentle and it's fairly flat, and we'll just wind our way up. So yeah, that should be fun. A short climb up from the Minehole Brook. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to literally take a 90-degree east turn and follow that bearing and drop down into the other brook. So let's go for it. So I dropped down in over that kind of hillock over there, and I've connected with the brook with no name, or certainly no brook that's on any topo map. And looking up, we're looking at about 140 degrees southeast, and that's what we're going to do. Basically going to head up, weave our way round the cascades, because those aren't the actual falls, that's just some very pretty cascades on our way up. Now the actual falls themselves are set further back up into the rock face, so we'll head up there. In order to do that, I've got the old trusty ice axe, and I've got my ice crampons on, so let's go. Well, given the fact that this doesn't appear on any map and it doesn't have any name apparently, I'm going to call it Brook Shields, and why not? we've arrived. Dead ahead, you see a big curtain of icicles, and that's it. You can see the, well, you'll see when we get a bit closer, set back into the jutting rock faces there. So I've been suddenly gripped by a smattering of the old Shackleton spirit. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go a little bit back further down past these boulders, out, and then get up around the top, get on top of these falls, because I'm very intrigued to find out where this brook either starts or ends, or what's further upstream, or up brook, so to speak, if you pardon the expression. So, let's go for it. So probably come, I would say probably less than a quarter of a mile up from the mine hole falls that we just looked at. It's taken me the best part of 45 minutes. Man, it is gnarly, but what a payoff. Who knew further upstream is another gorgeous ice cavern. So hacking my way southwest, all down through there, absolutely no trails at all, you're on your own, you've got to pick your way down. Absolute devastation up there, down trees everywhere. It's pretty tough going, but we made it, or I made it rather, and we're back on the mine hole trail, and we're just going to follow it back down and then home. Safely back to base camp, and even though I say so myself, I don't think I'm going to time this more perfectly, because yep, sure enough, coming down is the beginnings of our predicted snowstorm. So back to the safety of the truck just in the nick of time, because I certainly wouldn't have been like to have been caught up there with this lot coming down. Anyway, ciao for now.